very much. Well, Tom, here it is, the last week of the year. Last week was Christmas, and tonight's New Year's Eve.
Boy, you sure come up with the big news. That's a scoop, huh, folks? Last week's Christmas, now it's New Year's. He made it up. That's
all
very
right,
clever.
all right, Tom. Don't be so smart. It wouldn't be such a bad idea on a night like this to take stock of yourself.
I have. And I've already made, I'd like to mention this to everybody, I've taken stock of myself and I've made up my own New Year's revolution. And I made a revolution that I'm not, from now on, I am not going to act stupid anymore. I will never act stupid anymore.
That's good. I'm in favor of that. I'm really in favor of that.
And right now, I'd like to sing a New Year's song for all the people.
You just sort of tell the people what you just said, how you're taking
my
stock
revolution.
of yourself.
I've taken stock of myself. And there's a song I'd like to share with you.
Here you go.
Oh, you better watch out. You better not cry. You better not shout. I'm telling you why. New Year's is coming to town.
That's stupid.
Another New Year's revolution down the drain.
It's the Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour with guest star Diahann Carroll. The first edition at Paulson. Special guest star Ricardo Montalban. Jimmy Joy Singers, the Louis Vuitton Dancers, and Nelson Riddle and his orchestra.
What'd you get?
That's a red-eyed woody, and it is a beauty.
Where do you think it came from?
Well, probably Canada. Let's take a look. District 12, Canada.
Hey, you were right. Come a long way.
Yeah, record him, and you better change the tag.
I ought to change these cigarettes, too.
Oh, what's wrong?
I tried this long size. All smoke and no taste.
In the pocket.
Cools, huh? Worth a try.
Come up to the cool taste. Taste extra coolness every time you smoke.
Is he all set?
Yeah.
Good.
And so am I. These cools, they got taste.
Come up to the cool taste.
Try Cools, king size or long size. Both have the same taste of extra coolness. Cool Filter Kings, Cool Filter Longs. 2 sizes, 1 taste. The cool taste.
From Television City in Hollywood, ladies and gentlemen, meet the Smothers Brothers.
You know songs like Blue Skies, By the Light of the Silvery Moon, and When You Wish Upon a Star?
Yeah.
You know, they don't mean much anymore.
That's right.
And the reason for it is because, thanks to smog and air pollution, in our cities, you know, we could no longer see the things like the sun and the moon and the stars. It's
That's
sort
right.
of passé.
So tonight, my brother and myself would like to do a love song of the present, a very moving and pregnant song, a song of...
Poignant.
You caught me there. Yes, a very pregnant and poignant love song of the city.
It's called Susie of the City.
I...
Got to get together. Count it off this time.
1, 2, 3, 4. I remember Susie, soft and oh so fair, kissing her and hugging beneath the gray city sun, with the soot and the smog in her hair, the soot and the smog in her hair. I remember laughing as the grime fell from the sky, walking near the river and trying not to choke, watching all the garbage float by, watching all the garbage float by. Yes, I remember Susie. Oh, the first time that we met, she was sitting in a litter basket. And it was love at first sight. Susie was everything I wanted in a girl. She was pretty as a picture, and she was intelligent, she was dirty.
but pure of heart. And from that moment on, we did a lot of things together. We'd go for long walks down the streets, inhaling bus fumes. Really wild. And sometimes we'd go to the park, and laughingly we'd take off our shoes and run gaily through the broken beer bottle. Ah, Susie, my Susie. She loved the city, the dirt, the filth, and the grime. Well, she had city life written all over her face. She wrote it with soot. City. Oh, I can't do it the way Susie did. Then one day we did it. We got married. It looked awfully good. It looked like we'd be happily ever after. She looked beautiful in her gray soil gown. Yes, it looked like we were going to be happy, but then, oh, fate. Oh, fickle fate. Oh, fickle, foolish, funny, frivolous fate. Oh, stupid, stinky, frivolous, stinky, frivolous fate. Oh, on our honeymoon, we took her out of the city where the sky turned from filthy brown to clear blue, where there was sunshine and the birds were singing and the air was clear and fresh. Then something terrible happened. She broke out in health. And it killed her. In my dreams I see my Susie somewhere way up high, with soot on her face and smog in her hair. Oh, Susie, what a terrible way to die. Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And now we'd like you to hear a brand new group, and they're called the First Edition.
This is their very first television appearance, and they look great, and they have a great deal of talent and originality.
They're really
their music is fantastic, even though they cheat a little bit.
What do you mean they cheat?
They use a trick, a cheap trick.
What
It's a
cheap trick do they use? That's no way to talk.
They rehearse.
Tommy, you use the same cheap trick.
I do not.
You do too.
I do not.
You do too. Don't lie to me. How else could you be that stupid?
Oh, yeah, that's right. I guess I do use that cheap trick. Anyway, here they are.
Should use it more often.
You're gonna get it later. Here they are anyway with their cheap trick, a great group called the First Edition.
When the morning sun streaks across my room and I'm waking up from another dream of you. Yes, I'm on the road. Once again it seems all I've left behind is a chain of broken dreams. But you know I love you. Yes, I love you. Oh, I love you. How I wish that love were all we need to live. What a life we'd have, 'cause I've got so much to give. And it seems so wrong, deep inside my heart, that the dollar sign could be keeping us apart. You know I love you. Yes, I love you. Oh, I love you. And if only I could find my way back to the time when the problems of this life had not yet crossed our minds. All the answers could be found in children's nursery rhymes. I'd come running back to you. I'd come running back to you. No, we can't go on dreams alone and pay the rent. I must leave you all alone, 'cause you know I made my choice many years ago. Now this traveling life is the only one I know. But you know I love you.
Yes, I love you. Oh, I love you. But you know I love you. Yes, I love you. Oh, I love you. But you know I love you. Yes, I love you. Oh, I love you. But you know I love you. Yes, I love you.
What makes Chef Boyardee frozen pizza the biggest selling pizza in the world? People like Bonnie Boland, a pizza lover since she got hit in the eye at a ball game and Dan Capozzi bought a pizza to make her feel better. Now a new love, pepperoni pizza. Tangy pepperoni, cheese, sauce, crust. Life's sure full of spice, eh, Bonnie? No wonder real pizza lovers made Chef Boyardee frozen pizza the biggest selling pizza in the world.
Isn't it great? That first golden morning, you don't hear that coughing, that hacking that goes with his post-nasal drip.
Because now there's Dristan Nasal Mist, penetrates deep into swollen membranes where post-nasal drip often begins. Dristan Mist can help unlock sinus block, relieve the misery of post-nasal drip. No capsules, no pills.
It was right under his nose.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've waited a very long time, in fact, much too long, to have one of the loveliest ladies in show business on our show. And here she is to sing Some of These Days, the incomparable Miss Diahann Carroll.
Some of these days you're gonna miss me, honey. Some of these days you're gonna feel so lonely. You'll miss my hugging. You're gonna miss my kissing. You will miss me, honey, when you go. I feel so lonely just for you only. 'Cause you know, honey, that you have had when you leave me, I know it's gonna grieve me. You'll miss your skinny little mama some of these days. When you leave me, I know it's gonna grieve me. You'll miss your skinny little mama. Well, some of these days, some of these days, some of these They heard the breeze in the trees, just singing weird melodies, and they made that
that sound? Well, that's him. That's the young boy with a horn, Bix Butterbox. Probably the greatest jazz trumpeter that ever lived. And when Bix was 7, only 7, he started practicing the trumpet 18 hours a day.
You gotta get a smaller trumpet or bigger lips.
For years, Bix Butterbox valiantly pursued his dream to find the right end of the trumpet. And then one day...
That's not it either.
Of course, you and I know that that was it. And the years went by. One day, Bix Butterbox decided to hitchhike to the jazz capital of the world, New Orleans.
Well, at last, after 3 long months of hitchhiking on the road, didn't see a single soul. Not even a gas station was open. Oh, well. Wow, New Orleans, land of dreams. You'll never know how nice it seems or really much it means. Hope there's a restroom open.
Club owners were very hesitant to hire a boy like Bix because, well, they weren't sure that his people had rhythm. And finally, he landed his first gig. Soon he was doing things with his trumpet that New Orleans had never heard and never seen before. No stopping Bix now. Now he and his trumpet went right to the top, and people were flocking from all over the country to hear him. But then it happened. The Kaiser marched, and so did Bix.
Over there, over there.
Over where?
Over there, stupid!
Oh, yeah, bang.
Yet, even as he marched towards the front lines and the enemy, Bix would never be parted from his trumpet.
This is my rifle, this is the shoot. This is my trumpet, this is the toot. I toot and then my rifle, this shoot. This is the toot. I think that I'll toot. Who said my people don't have rhythm?
While playing in a jam session in the trenches, Bix was shot by his own men. When he came to in an Army field hospital, his memory was gone.
Where am I? Who am I? What do I keep doing that for?
Oh, yes, poor Bix. For years, he roamed the streets, knowing that his lips were for something, but not knowing quite what. He tried all sorts of jobs, but none of them ever seemed to work out.
Popcorn! Peanuts! Pretzels! Oh, sorry, lady. Yeah, same to you.
And then one day, fate stepped in. While crossing the street, Bix was run over by a car driven by Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass.
Oh, wow. Hey, it's all coming back to me now. I know who I am. Why? I'm a great musician. Hey, thanks a lot, Herbie, and your stupid taxi.
Yes, a miracle had truly taken place, and the great Bix Butterbox regained his memory. And today, Bix is back, thrilling jazz audiences all over the world with his unique sound.
As any scientist can tell you, traveling to an unknown planet is not that much of a problem anymore. The problem is getting around when you get up there. First off, since nobody likes to run out of gas or oil in strange places, you need a vehicle that won't use too much gas or oil. You need a vehicle that won't boil over on hot, unknown planets or freeze up on cold ones. And since surface conditions can run anywhere from green cheese to molasses, you need a vehicle with exceptional traction. All of which is why we, the crew of the V-1500, chose the Volkswagen sedan. Best car on Zeno.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ricardo Montalban. I'm sure you all know him as a fine actor, but he's also a fantastic singer. He has a great, great voice.
Excuse me, Tom.
What is it?
I appreciate your kind words, but I am not a fantastic singer, and I don't have a great voice. Oh, no, I simply sing for my own enjoyment. So, you know, not so much. Not so much. Please.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, you all know Ricardo Montalban as a fine actor, but he also plays the guitar fantastically. He has
Tom,
a great
excuse
thing-
me. Again, I thank you for your kind words, but I am by no means a fine guitarist. I simply strum for my own enjoyment. So, you know, not so much. Please. Less.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, you all know Ricardo Montalban as a fine actor. Not only a fine actor, a great actor. One who has made...
Tom, please. Please.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, you all know Ricardo Montalban. He acts, sings, plays the guitar. He doesn't do any of them too good. So here he is for his own enjoyment. Mr. Ricardo Montalban. Let's hear it.
Se te olvida que me quieres a pesar de lo que dices, pues llevamos en el alma cicatrices imposibles de borrar. Se te olvida que hasta puedo hacerte mal si me decido, pues tu amor lo tengo muy comprometido, pero a fuerza no será. Y hoy resulta que no soy de la estatura de tu vida, y al dejarme casi se te olvida que hay un pacto entre los dos. De mi parte te devuelvo mi promesa de adorarte, ni siquiera sientas pena por dejarme, que ese pacto no es con Dios. Now I find us less in love than we had promised for tomorrow. We are fools to promise love beyond today, but promise me anyway. De mi parte te devuelvo tu promesa de adorarme, ni siquiera sientas pena por dejarme, que ese pacto no es con Dios. Oh, 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 oh.
Aloha. You enjoy yourself. Anyway, it's very nice.
Gracias, amigo. Gracias.
Would you mind if we sang a number together, you know?
No, of course not. I'll be delighted.
Yeah.
Why can't we do that? We both know.
Oh, anything Spanish or Mexican's fine with me.
Really?
Yeah. I was born in Spain. I was raised all my life in Mexico.
No.
That's right, I wasn't. Who told you?
No, seriously. I didn't know you could speak Spanish.
Why, I can't speak Spanish, but I can sing it.
That's remarkable, but do you understand the language?
What do you mean by that? Of course I understand. I understand as well as I do English.
Oh, that's a shame. Well, let's sing, may I borrow your guitar?
Certainly.
Let's sing Estrellita del Sur. Do you know it?
Oh, it's my favorite song. I sang when I used to fight the bulls, you know, and things like that.
Cuando lejos de ti quiera penar el corazón, recordaré de tu reír, mi oración que fue canto de amor, himno de paz, ya no habrá entonces dolor. No te digo, estrellita del sur, porque pronto estaré a tu lado otra vez y de nuevo sentir tu fragancia azul. Campanas de bonanza reflejarán mi corazón, no. Porque pronto... Perhaps we should sing something in English so the audience understands. You see, we are not singing in the same language, Tom.
You speak English, don't you?
For my own enjoyment.
Well, then why don't we sing a song in Spanish? You know, a Spanish song in English.
Oh?
That way, like El Grando Ranchero. Yeah. You know that one?
Of course I know.
Are you sure?
Oh, of course. You just sing along, I'll sing along with you.
Okay. I love to roam out yonder, out where the buffalo wander, flying, roping, and tying,
No.
Give me a big herd to battle, no. Give me a I love herding cattle, no. You don't speak English too well, Ricardo.
Well, I didn't have any trouble until I met you. You know, perhaps the trouble is that you Americans express yourselves differently from the way we express ourselves in Spanish.
What exactly do you mean by that?
Well, why don't you sing a song in English,
Yeah.
and I'll translate it for the audience.
Into Spanish?
No, into English. You see, you sing a song in English, and I'll translate it into English how the Spanish heart would sing it.
Oh, yeah. How about You Are My Sunshine?
Oh, that's beautiful.
Okay. You are my sunshine, my own.
You are my sunlight, my warmth, my reason for life. A golden woman whose aura lights the ways of loving.
My sunshine.
There is but one sun above all that is, and you, my love, I hold above all that is. You alone are the light of my life.
You make me happy when skies are gray.
Oh, I can't tell you.
Tell me.
I can't tell you, Tom.
You're keeping a secret. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you.
How can I tell you? How can you know how much I love you? Words are so pitifully inadequate, so empty. Shall I say that I love you more than life itself? Shall I say that without you nothing has meaning? The sun and the moon and the stars are worthless. You would know that my love for you is an eternal quest. I need you always. Every moment of my being reaches out for you. Oh, the agony of not being able to touch you totally. The infinitely beautiful pain, the madness of knowing that you will never know, dear, how much I love you.
That was beautiful.
Ah, yes. Well, go on and sing the last line.
I can't.
We'll be right back with Diahann, Carroll, Ricardo, Montalban, and Pat Paulson on the second half of the Smothers Comedy Brothers Hour.
Hi, friends. This is Tommy Smothers, and before we begin the second half of the Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour, I have an important message for all of you. know, things are happening rapidly in the world right now, and a lot of important things that are said go by so quickly that we don't have time to, well, to digest them. We just gobble them up and never savor them. We live in a throwaway society, a culture where people say really groovy things, you know, in magazines, newspapers, and on radio, and even occasionally on television. But, you know, we're so used to having everything at our disposal and presented so well that, well, it's hard to say something that's important for people to remember, and then it's hard to remember what people are saying. Because a lot of times it's harder to remember than it is important to say. And other times to just turn it vice versa. And it's other times it's important that you say hard things to remember, regardless of how important hard times to remember are to say. So let's slow down, gang, huh? Let's really make this something to remember. What do you say? Huh?
Decisions, decisions. Do I want good, rich flavor or one that's lower in tar than the best-selling Filter King?
Wait. Now one cigarette gives you both. Pell-Mell Gold. Newest U.S. government figures show Pell-Mell Gold 100s now lower in tar than the best-selling Filter King. Longer, yet now lower in tar than the best-selling Filter King. You make out better at both ends with Big Tip Pell-Mell Gold. Tastier, milder. Pell-Mell Menthol, too.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's the second edition of the first edition. The first edition, second edition.
Oh, I get a funny feeling when you walk by. Oh, love has a way of making me feel so high. You were more than I expected, and you were less, much less than you should be. Your love began so quickly and died so suddenly. Oh, where were you running when you ran into me? What said you say in words that were never, never meant for me? Don't you know that the lies can't kill the pain of the love you've lost before? And you're trying to forget and has got you nothing and made me just one more that knows the pleasant pain of dreams that don't come true. One more that watches love go by, not knowing what to do. Get a funny feeling when you walk by. Oh, love has a way of making me feel so high. You were more than I expected, and you were less, much less than you should be. Your love began so quickly and died so suddenly. Oh, where were you running when you ran into me?
In line with our policy of taking a stand on the pressing issues of the day, we now present another in our continuing series of editorials. Subject, should sex education be taught in our schools? And here again, speaking for our program, is Mr. Patrick Paulson, Vice President.
The
time has come to stop whispering. The time has come to stop whispering about the biggest issue facing our educational system today. An issue which must be discussed boldly, courageously, and in an adult manner. I'm referring, of course, to the whole subject of sex. Many people today advocate the teaching of you know what in our public schools. A recent nationwide survey disclosed that already 40% of our high school boys and girls are receiving this education. However, only 2% are receiving it in the classroom. The remainder are learning the facts of life from more proper sources, their parents, their pastor, or Italian movies. Now, I will admit that here and there, some of these courses do not work out. But what about the student who flunks this subject? What is he supposed to do? Give up? Now, we must all remember that the male-female relationship is a delicate subject fraught with grasping beyond masculine height and inaccuracy towards parked cars. However, it pours the pines, occasionally clog and slap his face. I say, too many people fail to realize how disturbing this whole subject can be when it's not presented in the right light. Ask any of our soldiers who saw Army indoctrination film 27F. I saw it in 1941, and I'm still a bachelor. In conclusion, I urge with every fiber of my being, let's not waste the taxpayers' money. After all, sex doesn't have to be taught. It's something most of us are born with. Thank you.
If you wish a copy of the preceding editorial, send a self-addressed stamped envelope to editorial, box 1763, Beverly Hills, California, zip code 90210.
Mr. Patrick Paulson is truly one of the great intellectuals of our country. Ladies and gentlemen, here's a beautiful song written by Charles Aznavour, made that much more beautiful by Diahann Carroll.
This time, there's no time to waste. We know the time we have cannot be replaced. This time, let's not hesitate. We know our time is brief and it cannot wait. There is a time for spring and for sighing, a time to laugh, a time for crying, a time for dreams and for sweet pretending. And then it seems that suddenly it's ending. But this time, there's no time to waste. We know the time we have cannot be replaced. This time, let's not hesitate. We know our time is brief and it cannot wait. There is a time and beginning, a time to lose, a time for winning, and time to waste on lazy vacations, a time for haste, beautiful temptations. This time, there's no time to waste. We know the time we have cannot be replaced. This time, let's not hesitate. We know our time is brief and it cannot wait. There is a time of autumn and sadness, a time for youth and love's happy madness, a time of truth and being together, to go for walks in cannot be replaced. This time, let's not hesitate. We know our time is brief and it cannot wait. This time, there's no time to waste. We know the time we have cannot be replaced. This time, let's not hesitate. So take my love, my life, my eager kiss this time. This time, this time, this time, this
bringing you the most distinguished and acclaimed motion pictures of the last decade. Tonight, we proudly present that all-time blockbuster, that heart-stopping epic of World War II, From Here to Eternity. Yes, this is the one you've all been waiting for, and here it is. But first, a message from our sponsor.
I'm sick of this. I'm gonna switch.
And now, back to Night After Night at the Movies and our thrilling feature From Here to Eternity. An award-winning picture that saw some of the finest performances ever to appear on the silver screen. Performances by those brilliant stars whom we'll be naming right after this brief word.
These are the hands of Juan Valdez. Day and night he stays with the coffee plant. Never tiring, never resting. This is the good life. Juan Valdez.
Gosh, I don't know what's wrong with me, but
What's wrong, Harry? Got
I
a
don't-
headache?
I don't know what it is. I just feel tense.
No headache? Tense? What you need is quiet. One of these little blue pills.
No, thanks. I don't like
Oh,
pills.
try one of these. I take them all the time and see how relaxed I am.
Yeah, I know, but I just don't like pills. No,
Oh,
thanks.
really? Now try one of these.
No, thanks. Really. No,
Try one of these pills or I'll kill you!
Back to Night After Night at the Movies and From Here to Eternity, starring in alphabetical order Burt Lancaster, Ernest Borgnine, Deborah Carr, Frank Sinatra, Donna Reed, and Montgomery Clift, and also a cast of thousands in alphabetical order. Yes, it's that stirring adaptation from James Jones's memorable bestseller, and so in our sincere desire to bring you listeners at home, you viewers at home, the best in motion picture entertainment, we now pause for a very brief message.
Paul? 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 Oh, darn it. He left again without brushing his teeth. Oh, well. I'll brush him myself.
We're now back to Night After Night at the Movies and our thrilling feature From Here to Eternity, directed by that living legend, Fred Zinnemann, a man whose name is synonymous with quality and craftsmanship, such as the makers of these fine products.
Boss, you may fire me for this, but, well, you've got bad breath. I'll do it. I'll tell him this morning. Boss, you may fire me for
hold
this.
that, Bixby. Well, before you start, will you turn your head? You got bad breath.
We are? Oh, excuse me. And now, may we remind you to be with us tomorrow night on Night After Night at the Movies, when we'll conclude these thrilling titles of our blockbuster movie. All brought to you by those fine sponsors who also bring you the Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour, which will return right after this brief message.
What's more exciting than a lecture on corn?
In the valley of the jolly
Ho, ho, ho.
green giant.
Why, friends, too much water on Niblets brand corn would be a travesty. Would make it soggy. Just look at this healthy nipper. He didn't get that big eating soggy corn. No! Why, look, an ordinary can of corn has lots of water. A can of Niblets corn has just as much corn, but almost no water.
Right. Then it's vacuum packed to keep it fresh and crisp. Try Green Giant Niblets corn.
Just like corn on the cob, without the cob.
Good things from the garden.
Spare the water lest you spoil the corn.
Garden in the valley.
Try all the other good Green Giant brand vegetables, too.
Valley of the jolly
Ho, ho, ho.
green giant.
Once again, we dip into the wonderful world of folk music to preserve the rich heritage of our times. Our selection is one which is not usually preserved by most folk groups.
That's right.
It's called Brahms' Seventh Hungarian Dance, or as it is more commonly known, the Song of the Sneeze.
That's right, Tom. And as we approach the flu season, we sincerely hope this little song will warm the cockles of your hearts.
That's right. Yes, friends, we wouldn't want you to spend the winter with cold cockles.
Did you know that sneezes travel very fast?
Someone gives a big hot chew, the sneeze goes past.
Quickly, like someone greased it. It goes so fast that no one ever sees it.
Sneezes full of germs.
Under a microscope, they look like worms.
Sneezes, speedy breezes, zip along when someone says achoo.
Everyone, please take a sneeze if you're inclined.
Sneezing is just nature's way
To blow your mind.
Don't try to deny it.
If you have a mind, please try it. If you sneeze, it's all right, as long as someone's there to say gesundheit.
Sneezes, speedy breezes,
Zip along when someone says achoo.
You know that sneezes are invisible.
with liberty and justice for all. Achoo! Achoo! Catch a cold, you go to
flies across the room and off the wall, and pretty soon you hear it here, you see it there. The little sneeze is everywhere, and people don't know what to do to keep from spreading Asian flu. It's going round around the town, and people all are coming down. It's a sound they had enough, but they won't break the nasal flip. Achoo! You're hearing achoo! That little sneeze which starts within your nose and shake your body to its toes. Achoo! You're going achoo! And all around the city, people hopping, hopping, wheezing, blowing, sneezing, hopping, wheezing, blowing, sneezing, 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 hopping, wheezing, blowing, sneezing, 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 ha 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 ha. Achoo, 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 achoo.
Latest U.S. government figures show Silver Thin's lowest in tar and nicotine of all 100s tested, lower than most Kings. Can a cigarette that tastes as good as Silver Thin's actually be that low in tar and nicotine? Read the United States government figures. Try Silver Thins now in menthol, too.
Well, that's our show for tonight, folks.
Next week, Tom and Dick's guests will be Steppenwolf, Pat Paulson, and special guest star Nanette Fabre.
And before we say goodnight, we'd like to thank Diahann, Carroll, the first edition, and of course, Ricardo Montalban. Wasn't that a nice? They did a nice job.
They did. It was a pleasant job.
It was fun working with
you know,
them.
we enjoyed doing the show very much. Dickie and I both enjoyed doing the show. We work together. We have an opportunity.
But we enjoy it separately. We don't particularly enjoy it as a unit.
Yes, we do everything as a unit.
We don't do everything as a unit. I mean, we're brothers, but that's ridiculous.
Well, we do a lot of things as a unit. Any questions?
No, I think it's time to say good night. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Thank you.
This is Roger Carroll speaking.
No matter how strong a man is, a cough can still get the upper hand. But fortunately, there's Vicks Formula 44, the extra strength cough mixture. Effective as codeine, but not narcotic. Extra strength Formula 44 to help control a cough before it goes on a rampage. And remember to carry Formula 44 extra strength cough discs. Each disc contains as much cough suppressant as a spoonful of Formula 44 cough mixture for coughs that strike away from home. Vicks Formula 44, cough discs and cough mixture.